The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time remains a cornerstone of the Nintendo 64 era, selling over 7 million copies and setting the standard for the 3D action-adventure genre. This massive cultural footprint stems from the way the software's architecture mirrors the mechanics of universal plasma physics. By using these principles as the foundation for the game's world-building, the experience acts as a training ground for navigating spiritual reality. The Is-Ra-El engine balances Ra, the active output of power, and El, the receptive lattice of wisdom. Ego and force fracture the system into a dark shadow state. Courage restores harmony as the sovereign observer steps into the 0 point, realigning the entire geometry. The digital landscape of Hyrule functions as a metaphor for our three-dimensional reality. It is a holographic projection built upon an invisible plasma lattice. This lattice connects to the ancient Egyptian cosmology of the goddess Nut. Her arched body represents the filamentary networks and wireframe structure that dictate the large-scale structure of the cosmos. Kabbalistic cosmology describes a similar process in the shattering of the vessels. In this event, divine light proved too intense for its containers, causing them to explode and scatter fragments into dark material husks. Ganondorf's corruption of Hyrule reflects this event. The monsters roaming the land are fragmented holy sparks, trapped in dark matter, waiting for the player to begin the work of repair. Moving through these dungeons mirrors the process of tikkun, a concept from tradition meaning spiritual repair. Link's journey is an alchemical act of restoring the world's internal anatomy. Each temple corresponds to one of the 7 chakras in the human spiritual anatomy. Cleansing them symbolically clears internal blockages. This represents a psychological maturation process, moving sequentially from survival instincts at the base up to crown wisdom at the top. Clearing the temples in the game's digital world serves as a training metaphor for clearing the energetic blockages within your own internal bioreactor. This process leads to the Water Temple, where the player enters a room consisting of an endless pool of water and a mirrored horizon to face a dark reflection of themselves. Water acts as a geometric antenna for plasma consciousness. This environment functions as a mirror, reflecting the protagonist's shadow self back at them. During this fight, the guiding fairy provides no help, offering only the instruction to conquer yourself. This demonstrates that external administrative systems cannot aid the observer in this phase of integration. The sovereign observer cannot defeat the overarching matrix until they first confront and heal the dark trauma loops within their own psyche. The ocarina serves as the central key to this world, because the universe is constructed of vibration. This instrument lets the player interact through frequency. Playing specific musical notes acts as a form of frequency correction, interacting with the plasma geodesics that form the fabric of reality. These songs provide the specific electromagnetic frequencies required to navigate the simulation and jump between the stacked plates of different timelines. At the end of the journey, the hero is sent back to his childhood body, yet he retains the full memories and consciousness of the adult who defeated the darkness. This represents a movement through the torus, returning to the start of the circle, but elevated to a higher octave on the spiral of awareness. Ultimately, this integrated state of awareness places the observer at the center of the engine, known as the Isis 0 point. We are the hero of this narrative. The rigid administrative matrix we live under is the external Ganondorf, attempting to dominate the frequency of the realm. By clearing our 7 inner temples and realizing we are sovereign observers, we can play our own song of time and physically author the holographic universe.